We've made it to Melbourne. Let's go get some food. It was again the same
It smells like it, It's slippery.
We've waited a long time for this, haven't we? Had quite a hectic morning in the sea, didn't we? Went in to just exchange something for you, and I wanted to go to the library, not realising that there was a rally on today. So actually trying to get out of the city via tram or train felt impossible. But we made it to Richmond, got ourselves an incredible bagel, which I would say was worth the wait. Was it worth just about worth the stress? I think if you'd got there and they hadn't had a bagel that you liked the sound of, then maybe it might not have been. But it was very good. And while we are this side of the city, we're now going to head to Abbotsford Convent to sit and have a drink and just kind of sit somewhere a bit calmer, because it was really hectic in the CBD today. And it is quite,
Thought it was Saturday.
like, it's cloudy and it's like 30 degrees, so it's really quite muggy. Is it okay to cross? No. Yeah, so we just fancy gonna go sit down somewhere and have a little beverage.
Now arriving at Brighton Bridge.
Tina and Brittany come to the city, and what's the first thing we do?
Find the beach.
Find the nearest beach. Considering this beach is only 20 minutes away from the city by train, it's not too bad. Like, if I lived in Melbourne and it was this hot and I just wanted to chill out and have a swim, I'd definitely come here. It's very quiet as well, quieter than I thought it would be for such a hot day, especially in comparison to like back home. As soon as there's like a crumb of heat wave appearing, everyone just flocks to the beach. Maybe Melbourne people aren't really beach people. So because I'm a great sister, some might say the best sister, at the start of last year I brought my sister and I tickets to go see Harry Styles as a birthday present for her, because it was her birthday like a week or so ago. And it's at a stadium and we're seated, so I feel like I haven't worried too much about what I'm wearing or anything like that, but at the same time I didn't know what to wear, especially because my sister has got quite dressed up, and Harry did his first show last night, and I saw a lot of girls out in the city with like feather boas, hats, like very colourful outfits. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to go really against the grain. Not a feather boa or a cowboy hat in sight. I've just gone for a white t-shirt, very long black skirt, my Row Marie H sneakers, and I'm probably just going to pop my bindle. And I've put my headscarf on as a headband, because at this point this is a personality trait. But it'll be good. I reckon, although I feel like I'm very out of my depth because I've not been to a gig for so long, I'm glad I booked seated tickets, and it'll be a good show. I've seen lots of footage of the tour so far, and it does look like it's going to be good.
Good evening. My name is Harry. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to play for you tonight. Thank you so much.
Feels so weird to be vlogging from home, but here I am, home. Quite low energy at the moment. Got home last night at about 8 p.m. after 35 hours of travelling. That's how long it takes door to door for us. I think about 20 or 22 of that is flying, and did not sleep much at all on that journey home. Like, my body is taking its time to get going today, so I've just been unpacking all of this morning. I just wanted to get it done. I realised that the footage previous to this, the Melbourne footage, just abruptly cut off, so I'll kind of give it some context and some thoughts. So we spent our last day at the Heidi Museum of Modern Art, and it was such a nice way to end the entire trip on just a nice sunny Sunday afternoon. It's about, if you were to get the train and then walk, it would take you about an hour and a half from Melbourne CBD, but it's about half an hour in a car. So just take that into consideration. If you don't have a car, you might have to book, you'd have to either book an Uber or just factor in that it could take quite a while to get there by public transport. Anyway, it's a really nice gallery, and the surrounds are beautiful. It's kind of set in this, I don't know, I haven't read all of the history about it, but it seems like it was a farm at some point, possibly, because there's so much surrounding it and so many different outbuildings. So you've got the main gallery space, and then you've got this bit called the Heidi Modern, which is where the founders of the Heidi originally lived. So it used to be a house, and it's now it's another gallery space. It's very sort of mid-century, beautiful architecture, and really reminded me actually of the Louisiana Museum in Copenhagen. If you've been to that museum, you will know the room that has the mezzanine level that looks down into that huge room that has the floor to ceiling glass windows that looks out to all that beautiful greenery. The Heidi Modern has a very similar feel to it, and a very similar room with a mezzanine looking out to the landscape. And Maybe there's some sort of connection there that I don't know, or maybe it's just like those parallels because of the times in which they were built, I'm not sure. But yeah, a very similar feel actually in general, because you kind of have like a new section, an old section, and there's just so much to walk around outside. Like you can have a picnic, you can have a walk around the sculpture garden, you can get yourself something to take away and have a wander around. Like you can, it's one of those places where you can really spend like quite a long time there. The same with Louisiana, and I quite like that there's all these different sort of like elements to it. I would say the Heidi is on a slightly smaller scale to Louisiana, but it's a similar kind of vibe, and I really, really liked it. Funny enough, there was a Barbara Hepworth exhibition on at the time. I knew that was the exhibition on, but it's just funny that we travel all the way to Australia and we go and see an exhibition of a British artist. But she is one of my favourites, and there were a few pieces of work there that I've not seen before. And I have to say the curation, and I guess the whole setup was beautiful. The way the works were displayed against these huge, big drapes of velvet and some really nicely painted backdrops. Yeah, loved it. I think a lot of her work, when I see it, is in these quite like stark rooms. To be honest, her work looks great wherever, but it was really nice to see it up against like other textures and other colours. There was one in particular that was like this circular room that was all green velvet, and inside was this huge kind of like dark wood sculpture of hers, and it was so beautiful. Then we flew home on Sunday night, yeah. And here I am. I think this afternoon I'm so low energy. I've had like 2 coffees and a matcha in the attempt to kind of just get me through the whole of today, so I can then go to bed at a normal time, because I'm back to work tomorrow and I want to be like on it. But yeah, I think we're going to go have a look at the house this afternoon, because it's an absolute mess, but there has been a lot of progress. It's not quite the finished thing that we were hoping it would be, but it's fine. Like, deadlines get moved and pushed back all the time, these things happen, but loads of stuff has been done, so I'll show you that. Okay, rundown of the current state of the house, because it's quite a building site. So as you walk in, the bathroom on the right is currently dumping ground for stuff. This actually looks quite tidy. Dean's done a good job of keeping it tidy while the plasterers have been here. So these 2 rooms are now fully plastered, and it's looking so much better. So while we're away, you might remember there was a fireplace there, so that was completely knocked down and all plasterboarded. And then I think that was the major thing that happened in here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before we left. Oh yeah, the whole house has been rewired, so you'll see that there are just wires dangling around and holes in the walls and things. So there's currently no, is there no electricity in the house at all?
There's 1 plug under the stairs.
There's one plug. So we need to get all plugs ordered, don't we? And sockets and all that kind of stuff. So in here we need to just do so much.
In this room?
In this room alone. Well, these 2 rooms alone.
Well, I don't know, this is the one that I'm calm about.
Yeah, because it kind of looks really good now that it's been... Oh yeah, we've got coving needs to be put in here to match the coving up there.
Yeah, ceiling rows.
Ceiling rows, also to match that one. Then you can mist coat it.
Remove that.
Oh yeah, we forgot to remove that before we went away, and then it all got plastered around, so...
Remove that and replaster.
Replaster once that's taken away. Not that we're removing the fireplace entirely, we just need that taken off so that we can start looking for a new one to put on. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Decorate, sand floors, skirting, build bookcase.
Yep, there's a lot, and then we need to pick a colour for this room.
Get curtains.
Yeah, figure out curtains. There's a lot to do in this space.
Sorry, we're just talking over each other.
Yeah. How dare you?
Do you want to can you get my stack in?
Yeah, get Dean's new stack that he won't stop talking about. Right, so that's these 2 rooms. So someone actually suggested that we flip the door in this room, and that was something that we were going to do so that it opened out that way. However, it's actually not possible because this is too thin. Like we can't do it on that side. So just in case anyone else was thinking, why haven't we done that? Because that was an original plan, but it's not possible. I don't mind it opening that way, like.
Because then you can see the entire room. If it opens the other way, you can only see in that room.
That's true. When you open the door, yeah, you can look left and right and you see the entire room. Right. Moving on, nothing has happened in this room, obviously, because that's a whole other project. And then upstairs, there has been a few small developments. So in what will be our bedroom, the chimney breast was taken out, and then the boiler was moved up into the loft because there was like a cupboard here on the left-hand side with the boiler in, and then you had the chimney breast, so all of that's gone. So this is all plasterboarded, ready to be plastered. I think that's it in here, isn't it? Do you know what? This room is the one that stresses me out the least, because I just feel like nothing really needs to be done in here apart from
I've got to change a lot of
floorboards and paint.
Actually, yeah. Well, the other room's even less stressful.
Yeah, the upstairs doesn't feel like as much of a mammoth task as downstairs.
No, have you shown people the bathroom?
Not yet, that's the best bit, saving that till last. Then this room, again the same, before it gets plastered, that will be removed. Oh, we made a bit of a mistake upstairs, didn't we? So we're flipping the doors in both of the rooms so that the doors will open against the wall instead of opening into the room, and we didn't tell the electrician that, or well, we didn't even.
I didn't.
We forgot, and so our light switches are all on the wrong side. So we need to.
They're coming tomorrow morning.
They're going to come and change those tomorrow, aren't they? Silly us.
Yeah.
This room, just nothing to be said about this room. And then the bathroom, our poor bathroom. So there is currently is it 3 months lead time on windows?
Yes.
So we don't have any windows in the bathroom because we had to cut out for the windows so that we can basically plaster and build all of the bathroom, and then in 3 months' time when the windows are ready, we can just slot them in.
So we'll be living with.
We're just going to be living.
A false frame.
Yeah, this room is going to be so cold. Because that's just a piece of wood covering up a big hole, and then there's another hole there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun living.
We'll find a tile.
In oh god, yeah. Don't even get me started on that. So I think that's everything. Hello. I'm packing again because I'm going to London for the evening. I'm going to go see my friend Liv. She's hosting an event this evening, sort of like a drinks evening in collaboration with Suzanne, at their townhouse store. I think that's where it is. So I'm going to go crash at hers after the event. I'm just trying to figure out what to wear because I want to wear something fancy. I got this silk dress from Camilla and Mark last summer. They sent it to me, and for the life of me I just couldn't work out how to style it, and I've just been having a look through Vogue Runway at a few sort of like old The Row shows, and I had a look through a brand called La Collection's Instagram because they always have very nice styling with like long and short layers, and I think this is how I'm going to wear it. I'm just trying to figure out the dress definitely needs like a little bit taken off so that you can see the sort of pooling of the trousers. I'm just trying to work out whether I want to wear it like this, done up, or whether to have it undone with a t-shirt and then a belt so that you've got some different sort of like textures going on there, or do I keep it like this and try it with a pair of slouchy dark jeans to create a bit more of a high-low kind of thing. I'm going to have a play around, but I like what's going on here with the sleeve. I like this collar. I do feel like my head looks a little bit small in comparison to my shoulders and the collar, so I think I'll put on a slightly bolder earring. Blazers Arquette, quite an old one, but I think they do this style pretty much all year round. And these are the House of Dagmar Valentina trousers and the Row Constant flats. I feel like because I'm completely covered up, Although it kind of seems weird to be wearing a sandal, again, it's a balancing act. It's all a balancing act when you're wearing sort of like long flowing layers. And I think a foot on show creates a nice bit of balance, and maybe a bit of midriff. That, I don't know. I'm going to play around with having this open. Okay, just ignore the fact that I've just done a really rough tuck. Like that does not look good. Do you know what? I think I like it with the t-shirt, you know. I'm just gonna take the t-shirt. I tried it with the jeans. The jeans didn't look too bad. I'm gonna wear the jeans anyway on my journey down. So I've got the options, and I'm gonna take the t-shirt, and again, options for when I get there.
To this service for London Liverpool Street, we will be calling at Colchester and London Liverpool Street.
I'm like, hey, cool boots. Look at this. Listen. Although you can't hear them now. There was loads of just bird song for ages. It was lovely. It's Easter Sunday. So if you're watching this on Easter Sunday, then happy Easter to you all. I hope you're having a good weekend. Quite a leap forward in time from the footage that you will have just seen. About a month leap forward, actually. So I had the intention of adding all of the renovation content onto the end of this vlog. But then when I was looking at all of the footage, I was thinking actually it makes more sense to have that as a dedicated vlog, because I think from a sort of ease of viewing point of view, it would be easier for anyone who just wants to watch renovation content. You can kind of watch it as a full journey. Also, if there's things that people might want to refer back to, it's easier if it's in a dedicated video as opposed to being integrated into vlogs. It's harder to, I think, find stuff and view things. So I'm going to do my best to keep vlogs and reno vlogs as separate entities. However, as the renovation takes over our life, as I'm sure it will over the next few months, more and more, that line will probably blur a little bit, but I will do my best to kind of keep the main bulk of renovation content to its own separate videos. But obviously a lot of my life will be renovation stuff. So going forward, that is the plan. In the pipeline over the next week or so, I'll also film a spring outfits video and hope that by the time I post it, it's still spring-like. I remember last year I tried to do that, and then when I eventually posted it, it was snowing. So that was really helpful. But yeah, I think that is... So this is basically a sign-off to say that was a short and sweet one. So that video footage of how the house looked, that was how it looked when we came back from Australia. So that was the first week of March. It now looks quite different. The lounge has come on leaps and bounds, and I cannot wait to show you everything. It really feels like it's coming together now downstairs. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, next couple of days, big renovation one, then some spring outfits and just general vlogs like I usually do. And I think that is everything I have to say right now. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.